What's the state of Obama? We do this every week trying to figure out what is he going to do. There's been movement in the last week as far as speeches, as far as approach on Capitol Hill today. What are we to make of Obama today and his approach?
Well, I think the White House feels pretty good about this, the corporate tax plan that they came out. They feel that they've regained at least some of the initiative that they'd lost. I mean, the bar is very low. They've had a hideous summer so far. I mean, his popularity has tanked. They've kind of reverted to this back speech on the road. You can basically close your eyes and imagine what the set looks like. But they do feel that they've gotten some movement on this tax proposal. It's gotten
Why do they feel that?
They've gotten a somewhat warm reception in the Senate. You've had a couple of senators say that they will consider this. And that's the name of the game for Obama. That's really the only ally he's got now, is to use Senate Republicans to pressure House Republicans.
And the crux to this deal is different from the old grand bargain of let's talk about entitlement and savings, and more just take the revenue that would come from, or savings that would come from corporate tax adjustments and then invest it into infrastructure.
Yeah, and you're going to see a real split in the business community here, because there's some businesses that have been pushing for a long time for these changes, but they also recognize that there's now more risk for business. It's now plain as day that to pay for job training, infrastructure, all that money is going to come out of business. Before that was unspoken, now it's definite.
But we're really just seeing here the pregame for the fall fiscal fights, right? Nothing is going to get decided immediately. Congress is about to go out for the August recess, and then everyone's going to be, I assume, in full battle mode when they come back in the fall.
Is there any chance that with all the activity that we've seen from Ways and Means and Finance on tax reform and their road show, a lot of the discussions that have been taking place, and now this proposal, that something could actually get done on the tax side to avert a government shutdown or defaulting on debt?
Until a couple days ago, Republicans would have told you no, that they just didn't see it. But you mentioned the road show. Chairman Baucus in the Senate, Chairman Camp in the House, they both have been getting ready. They're going to have what on the Hill they so deliciously call product. If there's an opening, they're going to have bills ready. They're not going to have to go through hearings and all that. And so this is something to throw into the table, and it is something that both sides can talk about as they do these negotiations Rachel's talking about.
One of the real interesting dynamics I think that's shaping up, and Josh Kraushaar, a former colleague who's now at the National Journal, had a little story about this today, where he was talking about the lack of Tea Party challenges from the right. There had been this anticipated wave of Tea Party challenges. It doesn't seem to be shaping up quite as forcefully. And if that is actually true, that means some of these House members might have a little more latitude for action.